Whether it's going on a big trip by yourself, trying something new for the first time, asking a woman on a date, asking your boss for a promotion, today's video we're talking about the one thing we all need, the skill of how to break out of your comfort zone. Most of these are probably skills you already know. So just listen to this video as a recap and really check if you're doing them. Choose one or three of these steps that we go over and try it for the next week. That's the way you get the most out of this video. I'll also say a lot of these ideas come out of the new 30-day coaching program I released as part 2 for My Best Journal 2.0. It's live at mybestjournal.com. You get access to everything in 1.0, the closed Facebook group, and the 30-day coaching there now. All right, here are the 5 ways to break out of your comfort zone. The first way to break out of your comfort zone is to feel the fear and do it anyway. This is called the 3-second rule. The 3-second rule is where you take action on something within 3 seconds. A lot of times we can rationalize ourselves out of things. You know, it's standing on the diving board, looking down, realizing it looks a lot higher than when you were on the ground. And then if you do the 3-second rule, you jump in, it's fun, and you do it again, lather, rinse, repeat. But if you stand up there on that diving board and look down, is it really 20 feet? It kind of looks like 100. Well, you know, I could flop, belly flop, and then that would ruin my whole trip. We talk ourselves out of things. So with this 3-second rule, use momentum, be impulsive, and do it within 3 seconds. Ask the woman on a date within 3 seconds if you're attracted to her. You feel like working out? Great. Use the 3-second rule, put your shoes on, take the first mile outside your door. You feel like filming a video? Turn on your camera and start talking. Don't rationalize yourself out of things. That's how you can break out of your comfort zone. Of course, this can go too far. You know, I'm not saying want to get investing, then just put all your money in stocks within 3 seconds. No, use common sense here. The goal here is to use momentum and not the inner naysayer in your head that'll always talk you out of certain stuff. How to break out of your comfort zone, part 2. This is more of a philosophical concept, but I think it illustrates breaking out of your comfort zone pretty well. It's called dynamic tension. I got it from a guy called Brian Johnson, great teacher on YouTube as well. And he says that imagine right now you have a rubber band between your fingers, which I don't have for you. It illustrates between what you're actually doing and what you're capable of doing. So that dynamic tension's in the middle when it gets tight. If there's no tension, it's loose and there's no point of having the rubber band. If it's too tight, it snaps and then you don't have the band anymore. So you want that sweet spot of where there's tension and you can almost play a note. So maybe here's your goal and here's what you're actually doing and here's the goal in the middle. So breaking out of your comfort zone would be, all right, here's you 20 pounds overweight. Here's you wanting to lose 20 pounds thinner. And then here's what you're doing in between. Now, if you try to do intermittent fasting, 5x5 workouts, supplement with 50 different things and do fasted cardio, you see how that's going to snap you. But if you say, all right, I'm going to commit to going to the gym 3 times a week, that's breaking out of your comfort zone, something you never did, but it's still holding that tension in the right way. And you're elastic, just like anything, you elongate over time. And what was hard is now easier and easier and easier over time. It's the same thing with breaking out of your comfort zone. Keep that dynamic tension between what you want to do and what you're actually doing, and just stretch it a little bit. Don't snap it. How to break out of your comfort zone, tip 3. Try something. I told you at the start, these were going to sound easy. Really, actually, just try something. It's amazing how many times I get emails from people and they're talking about how do I find my passion? And I'm emailing them back like, well, did you try something? What have you tried? They're like, yeah, I tried construction, wasn't passionate about it. In college right now, not passionate about that. There's so much more they could have tried. And I'm willing to argue that the things that people are most passionate about were things that they tried once, loved, and kept going with it. You know, think about any really cool hobby. A lot of times we don't adopt those from people around us. We choose and seek them out on our own. Example on this, got some good hair products in here. I run a hair company with my brother, Kegley & Co. Now, I wasn't passionate about hair products. I didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to create the world's best hair products that are natural and smell better than everyone else's, and you can get at kegleyandco.com right now. But it wasn't until I went on a trip and my hair started falling out from using other people's bad hair products that I said, I'll try and make it myself. So I found a recipe on YouTube and gave it to him as a birthday gift. He's like, dude, this thing is like a hunk of brick. Can you make it with water? Can you add this to it? And it started getting better and better. And you know what? I realized I loved formulating hair products. I loved tweaking the scents. I loved tweaking the textures and how you can add the same ingredients at different ratios and you get a totally different hold in your hair, a different shine, a different product altogether. The craftsmanship behind it. Now I do that as my part-time business with my brother. It's our passion project. We have a great time doing it. It's growing, it's thriving, and we're loving it. That only happened because I allowed myself to try something. So the way you break out of your comfort zone is just get started with something. Try it. Give yourself permission to suck at it at first. Don't hold yourself to the highest standard. If I had done that with the hair products and said, all right, the products I have to make have to be on the same caliber as these professional ones from my first batch, forget it. It wasn't until 200, 300, 400 different formulas of cooking the same thing 400 times that it was on par and better than some of the professional stuff out there. So at this point, try something and don't hold yourself to the highest standard at first. Fourth point, be active, not passive. Are you playing the game or are you on the sidelines? So many people are those guys at the football party who are drinking beer, eating chips, and yelling at the coach on TV. What he should have done, what play he should have ran. You know, if I was in the Super Bowl, I would have done X, Y, and Z. And you roll your eyes, why? Because it's delusional, because there's a reason the coach is on there coaching the players, playing in the game, and there's a reason you're sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who's watching other people's success or talking about other people? Or do you want to be in the game actually experiencing it? If you want to break out of your comfort zone, focus on being an active player, not a passive person. Always ask yourself, if you see someone doing something cool, you know, on Instagram, people get a lot of FOMO there and they say, why not me? I always say, flip that. Say, why not me? And just let yourself be open to possibilities of, why not you? What's stopping you from doing what you want to see out there? Breaking out of your comfort zone, probably, but giving yourself permission to at least take the first few steps. That's the only way it's going to happen. Be active. Don't just sit back on the sidelines. Last way to break out of your comfort zone is my personal favorite. It's projecting outward. Ask yourself, what will your life look like if you don't take action? How's your life going to look 10 years from now? 5 years from now, 5 months from now, if you don't do the thing you're afraid of? There's two ways to motivate a donkey. The carrot, put it in front of him and he'll walk towards it. And then there's the stick. Hit him with it and he moves faster. Sometimes I think the stick works very well with you and I. And so projecting outward, tap into that stick, use it against you. What's your life gonna look like 5-10 years from now if you don't take action? If you don't take action on asking people out, are you gonna be alone and single? Okay, well then you can project that outward. That's a great way. With finances, if you don't start saving, if you don't start investing and you're in the exact same spot you are 5-10 years from now, is that where you wanna be? With goals you have, if you're not taking action currently, is that where you want to be 5-10 years from now? So you see how this is kind of forcing you to get out of your comfort zone, kind of like a Christmas story, right? Where he's seeing his life in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, or when he's dead, and who came to his funeral and what they said, or who didn't come to his funeral, or who was happy he was gone because he was an evil man. And then when he's back in reality after that dream, he changes his ways and he starts striving towards things. And then at the end of his life, what he wants to have happen, because he took all that action, he projected outward negatively, he was able to flip it and get the results he wanted. Same thing with you, with me. Project outward negatively and change it for a positive outcome. That's it. Those are the 5 ways, 5 little tips on how to break out of your comfort zone and really just take the first step. Take action, try things. If you do like this, thumbs up and leave a comment with your favorite idea or something that you would recommend. How do people break out of their comfort zone? You can leave that down below. Share this with anyone you think would love it. And then, of course, the 30-day coaching program for My Best Journal 2.0 is now live. This goes through so many other ideas like the ones on this video, like the ones on this channel that we talk about. And if you made it to the end of this video, you like these ideas, so I know you'd love that program. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time. Until then, stop settling, start living. See ya.